What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for PNTV. It's Poetry's News and Twisted Views. I am on my way to work, and we're gonna get into these headlines. They're not detailed. I didn't do any deep diving. I meant to, but I didn't. So that's where we at. So we're gonna first start off with, I guess, the cases that are in court. Right now, there's still three that we're specifically following. That's the Jonathan Majors case, the Trump trials, and Lizzo. I don't have any updates really on Lizzo. I know she's supposed to be putting out a new album, which is surprising to me. But as far as I know, everything as far as the witnesses that are testifying against her, the accusers, they all still are standing on what they're saying. And then I know in January we're supposed to go to court. They just went to court back in December for pretrial motions, but we're supposed to go start the actual trial in January as far as Lizzo is concerned. Hunter Biden. Oh God, this is more than just those. Hunter Biden was indicted on 9 more felony charges. He was called in front of the Judicial Committee, or subpoenaed to appear in front of the Judicial Committee, and he chose not to do so. He decided to do a press conference instead to state his innocence. I'm not sure exactly what all they could do to him in that instance, considering that he's not a member of Congress, or and I thought the Judiciary Committee, their position was to deal with the defuncts in Congress itself. That's what I thought. I could be wrong, but the person who is one of the party who's head of the committee, which is Jim Jordan, we already talked about him before. He failed to appear for a subpoena by his own people as well. So how you gonna cite somebody for not appearing when your ass don't appear? But they got different rules for different people. They also decided to go ahead and try to impeach Joe Biden. Mark Johnson, who's the Speaker of the House at this particular time, that dude right there is if he ain't who they structured The Handmaid's Tale off of, I don't know. But actually, the way he had to structure his life off of The Handmaid's Tale since the book was written, probably before he was born. It don't matter. Anywho, the book was written. It don't matter, child. But yeah, they're deciding to go ahead with an impeachment inquiry, an official impeachment inquiry into Joe Biden. After they dug and dug and dug all this time, all these years, and couldn't find nothing, still haven't found anything to impeach him on, they're now opening an official inquiry into Joe Biden. Okay. Jonathan Majors. Initially, when his story first came out, I reported on what I thought had happened. I said that I was speculating that they got into an argument in the car over the phone, because there was mention that the phone was ringing. She went to grab for the phone. I think he, elbow checked her or whatever in the car, because that's something that somebody would do when somebody try to snatch for your phone or reach for your phone. It's almost a natural reaction. And maybe a scuffle had ensued from that point on. Okay, that was my initial thought. The driver of the car initially said that Grace Jabari was the one who assaulted him. We've already found out that the state of New York has decided not to prosecute Grace Jabari for any reason at all, and they are going to pursue against Jonathan Major. Well, he's been in court. His trial has begun in regards to that case. There was damaging audio that came out that made it appear as if Jonathan Major indeed assaulted her. I remember there was text messages that came out not long ago, or at the beginning of this trial, that also indicated in some kind of way that there was something physical that happened between them, whether it was an actual domestic violence assault or just a fight. And I do believe there's a difference between them, or a scuffle, not a fight, a scuffle between them. I do believe there's a difference there, that it may have happened. I don't know for sure. I don't really have a concrete facts or evidence or an opinion on, in this particular time, on whether I believe this has been something long going, a repeated behavior. And it may have been a very well repeated behavior from both ends. Sometimes you may have men who are very controlling and abusive. I think there was an audio that came out that he was trying to get her to be his Michelle to his Obama, something along those lines. I didn't listen to it entirely. In the black community, sometimes y'all get on my damn nerves. I'm telling y'all, as a people, I keep reading, and I'm gonna say the ignorant black community, not the black community. I don't want to lump all us in together, but there are some ignorant people in our community that is really stuck on the race thing, as if she is wrongfully accusing him, then that's his fucking fault for fucking with a white girl. That's the type of sentiment that I'm getting. When they heard the Obama to Michelle to his Obama conversation, they initially went through, how can she be Michelle because she ain't black speech. Y'all just choose to be dumb. That's all I'm saying. Y'all choose to be dumb, because he ain't specifically talking about her fucking race. He talking about her demeanor, her attitude, the support that we believe Michelle gives Obama. That's what he talking about. He ain't talking about her fucking race. But y'all always, you defaulted to the race in this particular case, because why? Yeah. Because why? I don't get it. He ain't want you. Y'all act like bitter baddies too. Y'all know who he talking about? He don't want you either. But y'all so mad that he got somebody that he did want. Be the same motherfuckers be out here talking about, you can't say nothing about them, just love who you love. And then soon as a black man love a white woman, then y'all get in y'all fucking feelings. I personally only date my race, or black people of any culture, put it that way. That's my personal, that's just who I am. That's just who I'm attracted to. I have had some attractions to the Caucasian species, Caucasian men. A few times I could look at them and say they look good, but to actually pursue an interest or relationship, that has not been my stilo. It's not been my thing. It happened once upon a time back in the day. I remember that. Tony was my boy. I love me some Tony. Anywho, but still, what I'm saying is, pick a struggle. Either you for everybody loving whoever they want to love, or you're not. It ain't no exception. It shouldn't be no fucking exceptions. Everybody can love who the fuck they want to love, except if it's a black man loving a white woman. Get over that shit, y'all. For real. Get over that shit. Unless he is somebody that sits here and demeans black women and talks down about them, and that is the reason why he chooses not to date black women, then that's the only way I could see us saying fuck him. You know, other than that, hell, he went making good right now. I still thought that was a PR stunt. I still think that was a PR stunt. But then, now I think about it, it could very possibly that could have been making good on the phone, because as soon as all this shit popped off, making good was by his side. So the phone call that initially was supposed to happen in the car that started the scuffle, that probably was Megan on the damn phone. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, since that audio came out, there has been video that has now come out that has showed where he grabbed her arm and tried to get her into a car. I'm finna play devil's advocate here. A lot of times when you have a drunk ass person with you, I said the same thing when we was dealing with Ready to Love. When old Phil picked old girl up and carried her to the car because she was drunk and out of control, walking down a damn dark alley by herself, and I said I didn't have no problem with him doing it. That sometimes the things happen like this when you with somebody that's drunk and out of control. That you may try to attempt to get them in a car because they are embarrassing the fuck out of themselves and you. And you don't want to make a scene because one, he Jonathan fucking Majors. And you don't want that on you. So it's possible that could have happened, okay? In that particular short clip that they showed, him trying to grab her arm and actually put her into the car. But then there's also video of him being chased by her through several New York City blocks. He got a fucking bathrobe on, and she's literally chasing him. This is the same night through the streets. She was supposed to be broken. I think supposed to have a broken arm or gashes and everything. We saw the bruise on her fingers in one of the pictures. It looks like she slammed her finger in the car door. That's what it looked like to me. They don't look consistent with bruises of somebody that's being struck. You know, so you put your hands up and you try to block a punch or something like that. That looks like somebody slammed her fingers in the car door, which could have very possibly been her. Could have been a thin love, between love and hate situation when the old girl took the oranges and beat herself with the oranges to make it look like fist bruises. Yeah, it could very possibly been that type of situation. We also have the 911 audio of him calling the police. They are the reason that the police were there, because he found her ass unconscious in the goddamn closet, possibly OD'd. Come on, not today. Possibly OD'd in the closet. So from that statement, we show that there's possible history of drug use. Because if you just automatically assume that she OD'd, it's possible this is something that she's done before. You were aware that there was drugs that may have been taken throughout the night for her to think that it's an OD. He didn't say she was passed out in a drunken stupor. He thought that she had OD'd and tried to commit suicide. That's what the phone call said. This whole case is messy. It's messy as hell. And for some reason, inside of me, my conviction is still saying that something's stinking in the kitchen, okay? Is this my turn? I ain't been to work so damn long. There's something stinking in the kitchen. Something ain't right with this situation. I am not the one that's automatically condemning him. I'm not the one that's automatically not believing her. I just think that there's something off with it before my judgment is made. I know I could be wrong, but I'm leaning more towards that this was not a domestic violence situation. I'm leaning more towards this is a toxic ass relationship where violence has ensued from both ends. That's what I'm leaning towards. Maybe a milder version of Johnny Depp situation. That's what I'm leaning towards. Where drugs involved, alcohol's involved, and I'm talking about drugs on his end too. This is my perception. Simply because I don't know too many people who willingly get that involved with somebody who's on drugs and they are not doing something themselves. That's just my thing. And this particular situation was the end all to the be all. You know what I'm saying? From this point on, he ended up with Megan Good as his partner. And she seems to still be riding with his ass. They've been making appearances. They was in Chicago together not long ago at Lorenz Tate's party. And they seem to be riding together, you know. She goes to appears at court with him, sits by his side. It's not like she's such a strong personality that everybody gonna say it ain't like Beyonce sitting by his side. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. She's not that type of personality that people give her that much credit as far as saying, oh, because she's standing by him that he must be innocent. She ain't got that type of power. Megan does it for me. So yeah, that case is going on. I haven't been following it like I had planned on it, but I haven't been doing much of anything lately. As far as the Trump trials, I told y'all last video that they playing in our motherfucking faces. The justice system is playing in our motherfucking faces. His January coup trial that was due to begin in March has now been delayed because now Trump is claiming that he has presidential immunity. There's no such thing. No such thing. Ask Richard Nixon. Ask any president that has been impeached. There's no such thing as presidential immunity, or there wouldn't even be an impeachment situations going on. If you could be impeached, then you could be criminalized. You can go to criminal court. But so Jack Smith is wanting to get this matter settled to rule out the presidential immunity, and they have taken it to the Supreme Court, child. The Supreme Court that ain't shit. The Supreme Court that's made up of Trump appointees are supposed to rule on whether or not Trump has presidential immunity. That's some shit that doesn't exist. Is he trying to use presidential immunity like diplomatic immunity? You know, when diplomats come here, they can't technically be in trouble for the shit that they do here in America because their embassy is considered to be part of the country they're from. So as long as they're on that property, they have diplomatic immunity. Is that what he's trying to relate that to? Somebody make me understand. Because there's no such thing as presidential immunity. Does he feel that because he was in the White House at this particular time when some of these crimes were committed, that immunes him like a diplomatic would be? I mean, he's tried everything. They've already, determined that he was not considered to be an officer of the United States, which is beyond my understanding. At least the Colorado case, which is beyond my understanding. But yeah, so we paused right now. The whole case is paused. After Judge Chutkin, I always say her name is Chutnik, after she's already said that she wasn't going to push back trial dates, we were going to proceed with the trial dates that we have in front of us. Now the entire case is paused until the Supreme Court has decided on whether or not he falls under this presidential immunity umbrella that doesn't fucking exist. In the case of like Richard Nixon, I want to say probably about a week they took to decide whether or not he was immune, and they decided against it. But this is a new court, a new day. Ain't no telling, child. I don't have too much else of anything else that I thought I was gonna talk about. Actor Andre Braugher passed away at age 61. The last time I looked, they had not identified to the public why he passed away. They just said that he was dealing with a brief illness. They didn't identify what that illness was. If y'all know at this time what that illness was, please drop it in the comments section. I just talked about Andre Braugher just a couple years ago when Brooklyn Nine-Nine was ending their series, and we talked about all the great things that we've seen him act in. That was a powerful actor. He is a powerful actor, and I will miss him on our screens. I really will. I like Andre Braugher, and I'll look more into later to find out exactly what happened in regards to his death. 61 is hella young, child. 61 is hella young. And to find out what short illness this was as well. I'm interested in learning what that could be. I was going to look into what was going on with the Ozempic situation. Now, I told y'all with this last little bout of medical issues that I have, the cardiologist told me to tell my primary doctor to put me on Ozempic. I told y'all I need to lose about 40, 50 pounds. I told y'all that, right? Well, he wants to put me on Ozempic to lose that weight, which doesn't make sense to me, because I know for a fact that if I just did what the fuck I'm supposed to do as far as nutrition and exercise, that I can lose the weight. I don't need a jump start, is what I would call it. But I do know that the Ozempic is almost like the insulin, so to speak, because you got to take that shit every day. In order for it to work, you got to take it every day. If you stop taking Ozempic, you don't gain the weight back. So you got to take it every fucking day, right? But I think I know a lot of the celebrities are using the Ozempic, which is supposed to be used for diabetics, as a weight loss thing. So I was very surprised that this cardiologist is trying to push Ozempic on me for weight loss when it's supposed to be for diabetics. Well, they said my insulin is high. My insulin been off the chart, y'all, because my potassium and my magnesium dropped, right? But it made me think about these two movies. Okay, so we finna go into the movie section right now. It made me think about these two movies. There's a movie on Netflix right now called Painkillers. I want to say it was on Amazon first. And it's basically about how fentanyl got incorporated into the medical practice as a drug for supposedly cancer patients. And then they started using it for other stuff, and it basically started killing off people left and right. And just watching that movie and seeing how these pharmaceutical reps push these drugs into these pharmacies, and how the pharmacists, in turn, in order to make more money, or these doctors and pharmacies trying to make more money, started prescribing these drugs for other purposes. I came in with a back pain, and you start listing off different symptoms of the cancer, and you say, well, I think you know a candidate, you at risk for cancer, so I'm gonna prescribe you this medicine, that type of situation. If y'all haven't watched it, watch Painkillers. It's a good movie. There's another one on there with the girl from God, what is it called? The girl from Crazy Eyes, from Orange Is the New Black, Crazy Eyes. She's playing in it. It's also another one about prescription drugs and how the big farms are pushing, these big farm reps are pushing these drugs into these doctors' offices and into these pharmacies, where you just write one script, they make like $40,000 off that one script. And this is how they are, getting all this out into the people, and the people getting addicted and dying from it and losing their teeth and this and that. And that just made me think of that when this doctor told me I needed to take Ozempic to lose weight. Which that's the problem that's going on with these celebrities, if I'm not mistaken, that they taking Ozempic to lose weight instead of for it to control the diabetes. But he specifically told me that shit. Anywho, child, I ain't taking no fucking Ozempic. I'm not taking no damn Ozempic at all. Station 19. If y'all watch that show, it was a spinoff from Grey's Anatomy. Remember, Burke's husband decided to become a firefighter, and he went to Station 19. And I love that show. It is a standalone show. It does not need to be connected with Grey's Anatomy. It can stand on its own. But I did like the crossover shows that they did have. They canceling it, child. I am highly disappointed. They are canceling their TV show. There's a petition. The writers are petitioning for that show to stay on the air. Come on, y'all. I need to get in front of this truck. Y'all bullshitting. That's going to make my day really hard. Because this truck ain't moving. And I need to be in that lane. I guess I'm getting behind the truck. Fuck it. Because these people ain't moving. But there's nobody in front of this truck. He's just holding up the fucking lane. Anywho. Yeah, they finna cancel that show, child. Love is Blind. Y'all know that is one of my secret addictions, one of my guilty pleasures to watch. Love is Blind is coming out with a new season. I didn't think they came out with seasons this fast. They came out with a new season, child. Season 6 is airing on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. Don't forget Berlin. The spinoff from Money Heist, one of my favorite shows, begins December 23rd. Okay? We're into Power good. And Power's been good as hell already. It's these first 2 episodes. Power's already started. It started December 1st. Catch up if you haven't been. I still got to go further with the Bass Reed show. I have actually caught up as far as watching it. I'm not caught up as far as reviewing it for you guys. I still have to give y'all a couple more episodes of Kingdom Business too, baby. That's so good as well. Kingdom Business is really good. Beverly Hills Cop. Remember Eddie Murphy with Axel Foley? Roxanne. Remember that? Yeah. Hey man, was Roxanne Axel Foley? Anyway, Axel Foley, Beverly Hills Cop. Netflix is coming out with something new for them. I didn't check to see if it was going to be a movie or if it was going to be a TV series. But Eddie Murphy is playing in it. And it's going to happen when? June of 2024. It's coming next summer. All right, y'all. I'm at work. I'm actually only 2 minutes late. I'm surprised. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. It's been PNTV. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Peace.